16 weeks out on the dot. It's crazy. It seems like just recently it was 24 weeks out and then 22 weeks out. And so, hey, here we are. Weighing a new low today, which I'm really excited about. Really happy with my photos. Came out pretty good in my posing. Right now I'm making my coffee, so I have to do my 5th day of cardio. 25 minutes isn't terrible at all. It's just a high incline walk. So yeah, nonetheless, we're rocking and rolling. I'm stoked. All right, so again, we had my check-ins this morning with my coach. Then I've got my clients. I've got a lot of my clients. Most of my clients do their check-ins on Fridays. So far, I've got like 3 or 4 already submitted. And so far, dude, all of them's gotten good results, good drops for the week. It's always cool as a coach whenever you have a client that you try different methods or different techniques because they're kind of stuck in somewhere. And to try a different method and actually see the progression. So I have a client right now, we were kind of in a rut, and I know we were in a deficit because I know like exactly what she's eating and what she's doing. And last week we sat down and talked, and I said, what are you doing? And so I found out she was doing 2 pots of coffee a day, not cups, 2 pots worth of coffee. In addition to that, just sleep, stress. So I told her, look, let's cut back your cardio, let's cut back your volume on your weight training, cut the coffee if you can, at least only 1 cup a day. And I gave her more carbs last week, kind of like a diet break, and we had a 2-pound difference this week. So yeah, I think it's good to see that information. It's good to see the response because, again, a lot of times when you're coaching people, you have this plethora of knowledge, but then you have these approaches and what you want to go with. And if you approach with one, and you see mediocre results or whatever, you try the other approach and you keep going on to it. And so a lot of this, especially with females, is controlling your cortisol and your rest and your recovery. And it is humongous if you're not on top of that. So it was cool to see that check-in. They're happy. I'm happy. I think we have another 4 weeks with this client. I'm thinking another easily 7 to 10 pounds drop in another 4 weeks. And it's a show day. It'll be cool. It'll be exciting.
Hey, what the business is, baby?
How are you, man?
You already know, man. Hungry as hell. You know what I'm saying?
You feel just right.
Yeah, just right. Just right, man. But it's manageable, though. It's not horrible because, you know how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, been dieting this whole time anyway, man. So it don't feel too different.
Yeah.
Nah, man. How you feeling, my guy? You straight?
Feeling good. Feeling good, man. Yeah. Feel good. Had my photos this morning. My weight dropped.
Nah, I beat, man. Nah, looking denser and tighter, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Like, this overall.
Yeah, dude, I'm only at 5 days of 25-minute walks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
What do you have today, bro?
Man, chest, shoulders, and tries, baby.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Try to build that shelf, you hear
Start
me?
with chest or shoulders?
Chest.
Let's go to work.
You dig?
Straps. I'm gonna see if this one's gonna work.
It's all good.
Should work.
See, hey, this right here, this one I have to call the African engineering, man.
So we do.
Shape, baby. See, this or you duct tape, man.
Yep, one or
You
the
know what I'm
other, right? So 4 weeks out for Martin.
4 weeks, baby. 1 month, you in the dig.
I'd say less than a month, bro. 28 days, man.
20, yeah. Oh, yeah, because April was short. You see, you lose count of the days and the weeks, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moving at a glacial speed.
What do they say? The days go by long, but the weeks go by quick. Yep, there you go. Good. I want to see, though, when you bring this back, I want to see the elbows kind of fall back, and then when you press it, you're going to scoop underneath and then press it forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're going to stretch it back, let these elbows open up this way, and then you're going to scoop underneath and press. Good. So we're gonna go single arm lat raises. When you're doing these, dumbbells aren't bad at all whatsoever, but the reason why I like cable lat raises is because what you can do, unlike a dumbbell, when you're holding a dumbbell right here, it's just sitting there. If you go lat raises with a cable, if I'm at the full extended motion, I've got now tension on the muscle, which is gonna be a lot better to have that strain when the muscle is fully lengthened. So that's the benefit behind a cable between the dumbbell. All right, Marty, you're gonna hold it with your hand. Let's get you where you're kind of like, let's get that outside leg behind it. Yeah, where like you're leaning essentially, right? So if you notice, his shoulder's already popping and he ain't doing shit. And that's the reason we could put the height of the cable exactly where his arm's gonna fall, creating that tension there. Then you're gonna bring it up at a slight angle, boom. And now we got constant tension the whole time. Okay, so what we're doing here, I've got my boy Marty prone against the bench. It's almost upright all the way up there. What that's gonna allow us to do is round that back over the bench while supporting it. I'm gonna have him activate his lats. That way his lats are supporting the shoulders, decompressing the traps. And then from there, he's gonna have his hands internally rotated and then coming up at an angle. It's gonna be good. All right, here we go.
Surgical with it, ain't he? My God.
There you have it, guys. Marty Marr, 4 weeks out.
Ooh, I can't put my hands up.
Really proud of you, man. You look great. You look awesome. You've been putting in the work. And yeah, I'm excited to see him on stage.
Man,
4 more weeks.
Man, dog, this is a year and a half in the making, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since I linked up with my boy right here, it's like it's made me better in every aspect, not only in terms of fitness but life. You know what I mean? Like everything that I do, I'm much more meticulous, organized. You know, I'm doing a lot of things I never would have thought I would have did. Waking up at 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m.
Yep.
Because I see my man putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I ain't waking up at no damn 3 a.m. without him. Real talk. You know what I mean?
Next time, man.
Already, dog. Stay tuned. You hear me?
Marty. Thanks for the kind words, man.
My
Really
man.
appreciate it, man.
You already know.
Okay, so got my hair cut, got the mustache rocking, and got my update as I've been anxiously waiting. This actually took a little while, actually, but 16 weeks out now that we're just gonna kind of getting into the. I can't say home stretch. I'd say home stretch is probably like 6 weeks outish. So we still have plenty of time, but checking to see any changes that we've made. Looks like we are going to decrease cardio some more, which I'm excited about. So last week we only did 5 days of 25 minutes. This week we're only doing 5 days of 20 minutes, which I'm not going to complain. I talked to my coach the other day about eating 7 meals compared to 6 meals. I love eating. If I could eat 10 meals, I would. I love food. But what I'm noticing is that when I'm having to eat 7 meals, I'm having to wake up super early just so I can get that first meal in. Sometimes I'll wake up at 3:30 just to eat and go back to bed. And it's one of those things where I'd rather get better sleep than food. So after discussing it with him, we're going to go with just 6 meals, bigger portions, and also spread out a little bit more. I can sleep in. Something I'm also doing too is I used to eat and then go right to bed. I would eat and just sleep very well with it. But I'm trying to eat maybe 2 hours minimum before I go to bed. So that being said, having only 6 meals compared to 7, that's going to help me with that as well. Because a lot of times when you eat right before going to bed, you can actually your body's going to be working a lot harder while you sleep because it's digesting food, especially if it is a lot of food. And it can actually not get you the deep sleep, that REM sleep that you really want. So it's looking like we're making 6 meals, which I'm excited about. More protein for every meal. Can't complain about that. Protein is very filling for me, which is filling for most people. Carbohydrates look to be a little bit lower. Makes sense because we're trying to get leaner, right? Looks like we've increased fats a little bit too. It may be the same amount of fat content. I haven't entered the macros per se from the last plan to this plan. I did enter this plan though, per MyFitnessPal, which MyFitnessPal sometimes acts pretty whack, but entered in today for today's new baseline day. We're looking at about 4734 calories, and macros are looking like 530 grams of carbs, 83 grams of fat, and 446 grams of protein. Not too shabby for 16 weeks out. A lot of people just in the off season let themselves go. They get pretty a little bit higher in body fat than what they should. And so they're probably not eating this many calories this many weeks out, but I am pretty excited that I'm eating that much still. High carb days, looks like it's staying the same. Same thing, we're just doing 6 meals instead of 7. And then my gut reset days have stayed the same as well. Although I get more carbs at night again. So this is, I think, 3 weeks in a row that we're increasing carbs and decreasing cardio, and we're getting leaner and leaner. This last check-in, we weighed in 229.2, I think, or something like that. New low. And so, yeah, we'll check in next week, let you know how it goes, and stay tuned.